Welcome back, everybody. It's time to talk kids under construction. Each Monday and Friday, we take a look at parenting and how we can navigate this together. Our expert who helps us every week is Donna Tetreault. She is joining us from LA via Zoom. Donna, so good to see you. And today we're going to talk about teaching children self-acceptance. And I like that your first idea is research, making sure as a parent we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And we know from research that rejection actually changes the brain, parts of the brain that are essential for learning, memory, emotional control. So if parents really dig into this and understand what this means, even subtle rejection, it really disrupts the developmental process. And this can go into adulthood. So we really want to be cognizant of how we are talking to our children and accepting or rejecting them in their daily lives.
It really sets the foundation for their future as an adult. So let's talk about truly and really embracing who our child is.
Yeah, so this is really our deep work as a parent. Who is your kid? Ask yourself that thoughtfully. Who really is your child? Not who you want your child to be, not the athlete if they're not the athlete. Maybe if they're the nerd, embracing the nerd. We have to embrace every person for who they are. And so that really is your work as a parent, to really get rid of those preconceived notions of what you think your child should be or the perfect life your child should be living.
I love how we talk about that when we talk about extracurriculars. Obviously, that's not as important as this, but really allowing your child to do what they want to do is something that they will be able to master better and really enjoy it. Let's talk about empowering your children to be themselves. Once we kind of embrace it for ourselves, who they want to be, how do we empower them to do that?
Yeah, so parents have their work, but kids have their work too, right? So we have to teach kids how to embrace themselves, how to accept themselves. And this is very different. Acceptance is different from self-esteem. Acceptance doesn't rely on outside forces or other people. Acceptance is about how I feel about me inside, not anybody else, what they're thinking about me. So we really want to teach our children, how do you feel about you inside of you?
Okay, so let's take it the next level when it comes to that. So we want to teach our child to love and adore themselves, but what if they don't feel like they deserve it?
Yeah, and that's really difficult because a lot of the times kids don't feel like that if they get a poor score on a test, if they don't have a lot of friends, if they are having trouble playing a sport, whatever it is, learning an instrument, they take it inside and they don't have that love for themselves. So we really need to help them understand you're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, accept yourself where you are in this moment. It will change. So we really want to just keep this ongoing conversation going with our children. Love yourself, adore yourself. I love you, I adore you.
Now, things aren't always going to go smoothly, unfortunately. There will be conflicts, there will be stress. So talk about how, when and if that happens, the need to talk about our feelings and kind of talk through what they're experiencing during those not so great moments.
Yeah, and we really know now. I mean, we are all focusing here as a country on our children's mental health and well-being, and we're not looking at it as just this reactive thing. We need to be proactive. So in those times when they're not accepting themselves, when they're feeling down, when they're feeling stressed, we got to get them to talk about those feelings and know that those feelings, all of them, make up who they are. And that is accepting all of who they are. The good, the bad, the in between. That is accepting all of us for who we are inside.
Okay, Donna, such an important topic. And as always, we appreciate you spending some of your time with us to take a look at these topics that we've got to be looking at. If you want to hear more from Donna, which I know you do, go online to abc4.com. And while you're there, you can find Kids Under Construction. That's the podcast that Donna does. And you can find everything waiting for you right there so you can take a listen and hear more on the topics that she's discussing. And if you've got a question for Donna, we'd love to hear it. Just send us an email, kidsunderconstruction@abc4.com. And Donna will help us out with the answer. Donna, thanks so much. Have a great day.